Latasha Williams. Is that my cousin Tasha? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, I'm Latasha McDowell, your real estate expert here in Tallahassee, Florida. How are you? So, this evening's topic is going to be about. You come and join me, husband? No, you acting funny? Oh, okay. So, hi, Gwendolyn. So, this evening's topic is going to be about the different loan types. So, here it is. There's actually 4 loan types, right? FHA, USDA, VA, and conventional. Everything else are products that are built on those 4 basic loan types. I've noticed that a lot of people are getting kind of confused or not clearly understanding exactly what the loans are and what they should be looking for, and really what they should be inquiring with lenders about. So let's get into it, because I want to make sure how I'll be calling you after the holidays. Okay. Well, after both holidays, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, or do you just mean Thanksgiving? Because I mean, you ain't calling me for like a month. Okay, moving on. Sorry. Squirrel moment. So let's talk about this in a little more detail. Because NACA, it's a product, right? Hey, Rose. NACA, it's a product. Banks like Bank of America and Synovus Bank and Loan Depot. Oh, you have a VA loan. Okay. Those types of products lenders offer. Oh, Thanksgiving. Okay. Lenders offer as kind of like perks and rewards when your scores are at a certain point, right? For example, the NACA loan, which I talk about all the time, the 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, is actually a conventional loan. It's a product that's a conventional loan that's offered through Bank of America, right? So if myself as a realtor, when I'm writing a contract, I'm writing that contract as a conventional loan because that's what it is. It's a conventional loan. NACA and the perks of it is just a program. Okay? Y'all, this neighbor and this dog. It ain't gonna work. But moving on. So when you are seeing places like Rocket Mortgage, and they're talking about, we offer mortgages that have 0 closing costs or interest rates at 2%, and they might, I don't know, they can call it anything. They can call it the Fred Smith loan. It's a product, right? But fundamentally, the loan type might be a conventional FHA loan, right? So for people who have VA loans, you only have a VA loan. There isn't going to be a variation of types for VA loans, right? A VA loan is a VA loan. You are eligible because you are a vet who had honorable or general discharge. So you're eligible for a VA loan. With the VA loan, you have no down payment. You don't pay any interest, and you don't have any PMI, right? And every time I think about y'all loan, I regret not going to the military. Do not tell my husband I said that. But that's some pretty nice perks. But that's your loan type. USDA loan, 0 down payment, based upon the area, and you have some income criteria. But that's the loan type. FHA loan, they can offer you all kinds of perks, right? Hey, dang, autocorrect. Hey, cutie. I was wondering what was going on. But that's different loan types. Okay, so just so you're clear, there are 4 basic loan types: FHA, conventional, USDA, and VA. That's it. Everything else that lenders offers are products that's based upon those. So you'll see somebody talking about some, they have a 0 down payment loan. It's going to be one of those 4, right? More than likely, it's going to be one of the 2, FHA or conventional. So I hope that clarifies some things for you when you're looking at lenders. Also, I have posted a video on my YouTube channel that talks about what financial obligations that you will incur when you're purchasing a home, right? So you can go there. I spelled it out. It's about 5 minutes. Explain to you exactly what expenses you need to be prepared for when you're purchasing a home. And when I finish this live, I'm going to post a video on my YouTube channel that explains in detail what questions you need to ask a lender. Okay, so I'm attempting to, because I can't get everything out here. I'm trying to give a different venue where you can get more information. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you tap the screen? When you tap the screen, it notifies more people that I'm live, which means I don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over, and we can move on to subject matter, which is always great. So let's talk about the differences in these loan types. Okay, so I've already said USDA, based upon the area, 0 down payment, and there will be, is it possible to buy a home before the end of the year? Yeah, it is. All it takes is 30 days to close, and if you have a good lender, you can probably close in 15 to 20 days. For example, most of my VA clients, they can close in about 15 days because of the lender that I use. So yes, it's very possible. You can be having your Christmas dinner under your roof. It's very possible. You just got to just be pre-approved and find a house. Bada bing, bada boom. So it is very possible. Keep hope alive. It's very possible. So we've already discussed USDA. We've talked about the FHA. And we've also dived off a little bit into the USDA and VA. Hey, Cece. So here's the thing I want to really talk about is the conventional loans. I think people tend to get those a little confused and don't really understand why a seller may prefer a conventional loan over my credit is horrible. What do I need to do to purchase a home within the next 2 years? Schedule an appointment with me and we can go over and give you a detailed explanation and tell you exactly how to correct your credit and the things that you need to address. Link in bio. So let's talk about the conventional loans. It's the most common home loan type, and it's mostly offered through private lenders. Okay, so your down payment for a conventional loan actually can range from 3 to 20%. Typically, it's about 3 to 5%, right? When we get into that 20% amount, we're talking about the amount that you put down to have no private mortgage insurance. So that's a horse of a whole different hue. The terms on a conventional loan about 15 and 30 years. You booking another one? I'm glad it was worth it for you. And the minimum credit score, typically, before the pandemic, the minimum credit score for a conventional loan was about 620 to 640. Now, it's a tad bit higher. Now, because of the pandemic, to get an FHA loan, it's about 620 because of the lender. Now, the law says the minimum credit score is 500, but most lenders is going to look for it to be about 620, 640. And as I've stated in the past, the least I've seen is 615, but the debt to income ratio was very, very low. So understanding the loan types and understanding what you may be eligible for. Okay. So now that we've covered the loan types, here's what I really, really, really want you guys to understand. Right now, economically, we're dealing with inflation, right? So it's more critical than ever that you really sit down and come up with a budget of what you can afford, What you can afford and what the lender approves you for are two different things. Hey, baby, how are you, Ladybug? They're two different things, okay? The lender can approve you for a $500,000 loan. And that doesn't mean you need to buy a $500,000 house, or $300,000, or really $200,000. I want you guys more than ever to pay attention to your budgets, because right now it's evolving. It's evolving on an almost daily basis. So I need you to really be realistic about what you can and cannot afford when you're getting into a home. Okay? Now, is it still cheaper to purchase a home versus renting? Absolutely. But because of the inflation, rental prices are increasing as well, right? So you can have your rent go from 1,000 to 1,200 like that, right? But that's not necessarily going to happen with a house, because you have a fixed 30-year rate or a fixed 15-year rate, because we don't do adjustable rate mortgages over here. No, we don't. And if you do, I'll fight you. I'll fight you hard. But you have to really be conscious of what your spending limits really are. You have to really take into consideration, you have daycare, gas prices. You know, you don't want to be in your home and can't breathe, right? So you really have to make good decisions about what you really can afford versus what the lender approves you for. Because they're looking at your debt to income ratio. They're not looking at daycare. They're not paying attention to, you tell your clients the same thing. Yeah. They're not paying attention to, the fact that groceries. They're not taking in consideration that your kid might be participating in activities, that your child's a senior this year, and you got to pay for a class ring and senior pictures and all. They're not taking those kind of things into consideration. They're not taking into consideration that you have a child and you got to pay for health insurance or, right. Right, Juan. Right. All right, so Wanda? One. Okay, we're just going to go with J. How about that? Sorry, because I don't want to keep murdering your name. But you're right. So I want you guys to be very realistic. I'm not going to blow smoke, right? Okay, have a good evening, baby. But it's really important that you consider these things, right? You don't want to buy a house to be house poor. You don't. You'll be miserable. You'll be miserable. Because one thing about possessions in life, including a house, including your car and anything else, you end up working to keep it. You don't end up working to enjoy it. You don't get the opportunity to enjoy it when you put yourself in those kind of situations. You're just working to keep it, right? So that's not what we do. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. So we need to make really good, sound decisions and really make good budgets. Just because they say that you're approved for this amount does not mean you need to spend that amount. And if you said for your house note that you can only afford $900, but you want to get in a community that has an HOA, I'm gonna need you to add those HOA fees to how much you said you could afford in your budget. Okay, so we need to have a really realistic approach now more than ever. Even with the cost of inflation, is it still a good time to buy? Yes. Yes, it is. I had a lady call me this morning who was talking about refinancing her home, and she was like, bam, the bank offered me 2 point something last month, and I didn't jump on it, and now it's creeping up. They're offering me 3.5 now when I called them back. Right? The interest rates are still low. Right. The interest rates are still low. And condo fees, yes. The interest rates are still low, and they're still record low, but they are moving up. So you need to go ahead and get on the bandwagon and get the goods Well, the goodness is good to be got, right? And Aisha, I think, because my sister's name is Aisha, but she spells it with an A. But me and my wife make 150K per kind. What kind of mortgage should we look at? You should look at what you could afford, Hitman. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You got to figure out exactly what your budget. I don't care if you made $1 million, but if you have 999,000 worth of bills, so you really have to figure out what your budget is. Long E. Okay. I'm about to jack it up, girl. Then that's Deb. That's something you really have to think about, right? Like, so you thought about a Heloc, a home equity line of credit, rather than refi? So I'm here. I'm in Florida. I feel like my job as your realtor is to give you a full scope of things, right? I'm not going to tell you, hey, oh, you approved for 300,000. Isha. Okay, thank you. Because, yeah, I was. So her name, my little sister's name is Aisha, but we call her Isha. So I don't know why I was having such a special moment with that. No, I have not. Can you tell me about that? I'm here from Gardenia, California. All right, girl, can you call me on Friday? Or schedule an appointment for Friday. But it's really, really important that, you have a full understanding of what you're getting yourselves into. Thank you. Buying a home with little to no money down payment, how likely is that? It's going to depend on your credit, 1 star. It's going to depend on a myriad of factors. It's going to depend on what lender that you choose and what type of programs they're offering. It's going to depend on what your credit score is to determine what kind of program the lender will offer you. So it's going to depend on a few things, and it could be if you get a product, like for example, Bank of America has a product, and so does Synovus Bank have a product that's 0 down payment, 0 closing costs. So it's going to depend. But it's vitally important that you guys set your own budget. And when you're setting your budget, as our family members alluded to earlier, take into consideration landscaping, right? That's an additional expense. So before you go out here saying, I want to go buy 6-7 acres, who's going to take care of the acres? And how much is it going to cost you? Now you got to go buy a ride more and everything else. So, hell, you might need a bush hog. So you have to keep these things into consideration because it does add up, and it adds up quickly. Because now you done went to Sears, and is Sears still open? Okay, John Deere, and you done had to buy all these different tools and equipments and stuff. So this is an additional bill that you're getting each month, depending upon how much land you purchase. Then you also have to consider when you're putting in, and I don't know if any realtor has ever talked to you about this when you were looking at houses. You need to check out how much the average utility bills are in those houses as well, because that's going to be a big financial impact for you as well, right? Here in the city that I live in, we could look it up online. We could put in the address and they'll tell us the average bill. In our MLS, they'll tell us the average bill, right? But when you're falling in love with these homes, you can take these things in consideration, these additional expenses. Okay, 1 star, let's schedule an appointment. You tell them that too, Gwen? All right, Gwen, you on your shit, girl. You on your shit. I ain't mad. Because it's really important that you make a good, solid decision. You're getting into these situations, and it's not going to be for a month or two. This like 15 to 30 years. Well, okay. We know we usually buy a new house in 5 years, but the loans are set up for 15 to 30 years. There's a link in my bio. Hey, Jimmy. There's a link in my bio. Or you can go to my website, latasha-mcdowell.com. My credit score dropped 100 because I took pandemic pay for my car. Should I get rid of the car? If you need the car, then no, don't get rid of your car. Like, getting rid of your car, it's not going to solve the problem. What's going to solve the problem is what's going to help you is that you're going to need to feed the good credit beast, meaning you're going to need to work on lowering down your debt to income ratio. You're going to need to have more on-time payments to make it bounce back up. And you can add your rental payments too, and other alternative credits such as car insurance, cell phone bill, cable, internet, utilities, anything that you're paying on time. You're in Indiana, and some of my clients to think about the difference in summer and winter. Yes, girl, tell them the difference between summer and winter. Yes, ma'am, especially though. I may have missed it, but did you explain the difference between a Heloc and a cash-out refinance? No, I had not. How often does a conditional approval translate into an actual approval? Oh, that's a good question. How often does a conditional approval translate into an actual approval? Well. In my experience, I hate to say this out loud because I don't want to jinx myself. In Jesus' name, I want this. But for me, I've never had it be an issue. Praise God. But I have seen a lot of times in our market where you'll see homes that are back on the market because financing fell through. And the financing usually falls through because a lender did not completely vet their client before they gave them the pre-approval. So let's really flip that into saying, how do I prevent that from happening to me? Let's go there. Because when the financing falls through, you're already under contract. You could possibly lose your escrow deposit. You've probably already paid for an appraisal. You've probably already paid for surveys and inspections. So you've already forked out a lot of cash, and now you ain't got the house. And for those who don't really understand what we're talking about or understand the question is, you get a pre-approval. And see, this is why I don't play around with pre-qualifications at all. But this is because lenders do not properly vet their clients. For me, if you come to me and you are needing to get pre-approved, there are certain lenders I'm going to send you to. And that's because I know these particular lenders will pretty much take you through the underwriting process before they even get your pre-approval. Right? So the way that you can prevent these things is making sure that you are fully transparent. I mean, fully transparent, right? You want to tell your vendor, hey, I got these student loans. And don't be like, oh, I have student loans. They're not on my credit no more, but I didn't pay them. Maybe they were forgiven. Lies and garbage. Lies and garbage. Just because they're not there does not mean they no longer exist. There's a completely separate program in which, when you're dealing with FHA or any government-backed loan, that the lenders run your information through. And if it come back that you in default or you owe the government money and you're not in a repayment plan, sweetheart, you can go ahead and cancel Christmas. Rudolph ain't coming in. He not landing on your roof. Okay? Okay. But for you, that's different, right? So you good. Why you over there stressing yourself for nothing? But since I'm gonna start on this story, might as well finish. So it's really important to be extremely transparent, because I would never, ever want to be the person who have to hug and hold my client because they just knew that they were going to get this home. They done told their landlord, happy Thanksgiving, vet. They done told God, if you don't sit over there somewhere, Shanta, and breathe, go ahead, go sit somewhere and breathe, girl. Go get you a glass of wine. But, and to tell them that they've told their landlord that they were moving. Oh, y'all know what? I lied on accident. It did happen one time. I lied on accident. I lied on accident. In fact, okay, let me tell y'all how it happened. It wasn't that my client wasn't transparent, because she was. She was. I lied on accident. I forgot about that. Wait, how you lie on accident? Because I said that it never happened to me, and then I remember that it did happen. So basically, when I said it didn't happen, then now that I remembered it, it basically was a lie. So I lied on accident. Good time. You get. Are you picking on me? Y'all know what I meant. But anyways, back to the story. So what happened was, she did get pre-approved, right? And this one is totally lender's fault. She gave them all her tax information. She gave them everything they asked for. I mean, bank statements, gift letters, everything. They did a full colonoscopy, right? Before they gave her the pre-approval. Or at least they told her they did a full colonoscopy. And when she was sending in her loan documents, she copied me on everything. Girl, that's not nice. That's not Christian. That's okay. Moving on. But you see how you had me all sucked in, and I was explaining what lie on accident meant. Good job. But they pretty much did a colonoscopy. Like she gave them everything that they asked for, right? And the company's communication. So if y'all ever come to me and y'all have this company, I'm gonna let you know off rip. I'm not playing with them. The company's communication was horrible, which is one of the things I cover in what questions to ask the lender. The communication was horrible. They dragged the process on because of the type of loan that we were dealing with. She had to pay different extension fees, not to the lender, but to the seller, and that's a horse of a whole different hue. We'll get into that one day. So all in all, she just had to keep spending money because the lender kept dragging their feet. The lender wasn't responding to me. The lender wasn't responding to her. The lender wasn't responding to the seller. The lender wasn't responding to the seller's agent. The lender was just trash, quite frankly. And at the end of the day, like, they extended it for like 60 days. So at the end of the day, they were like, oh, we made a mistake after review of your taxes since you were self-employed. We overlooked this, we overlooked that. I don't, people be lawsuit happy, and I ain't got but 20 cents. But if you holler at me on the phone, Rose, I'll tell you. But it did happen. It did happen, right? It did happen. Oh, you been there before, Quint? It did happen. And the lender, I wouldn't even go to them to get approved for a doghouse. I mean, they were horrible. And my client was just bleeding money. She was just bleeding money. She had done told her landlord she was moving. Then she had to pay month to month. It was hard. Don't be trying to get my kids into dry snitch. Tell them. Trying to get me locked. I need my little 20 cents. And nobody about to sue me for my 20 cents. But yep. It has happened. It has happened. I've had a long week, baby. Then I gotta get up in the morning and cook. I've had a long week. Now I want to know who. I told y'all. It wasn't Bank of America. Even though they're my least favorite bank, it wasn't Bank of America. It really wasn't. Actually, they're not my least favorite. I just came across a new one that's mine. It's not that the bank is the least favorite. The loan processor was the least favorite. But anywho, what happened? She basically lost her money. Right now, we're trying to get back her escrow deposit. At least I am. It has been a very lengthy process because we're dealing with a government agency that was a seller. So, like, she's given up hope, but I haven't. Like, I have, no, it wasn't Wells Fargo. I have all her documentation that she's done everything above board, that it wasn't her fault. The seller, which is the government, actually agreed that they were just going to cancel it. So since they cancel it, that's how we, okay, hold on. No, it wasn't. No, not hacker. No. Because they canceled it, now she's entitled to her escrow deposit. So now the title company is where we're resting right now. I forgot about that. I did. But we tried. That's how Rose, when you at US, she can move to another lender. Okay, this how we found out that it was her taxes, and that's how we found out that the first company jacked up. We went to one of my preferred lenders. Let me put this out here too. Now, I told Chicky Boo in the buggening, not the beginning, in the buggening, I don't know who these people are. So maybe we should go with my lender. Yeah, she's going to get it back. It's been a bunch of red tape, but she's going to get it back. But I told her in the buggening, let's go with my lender. We got time for them to process it and give you a pre-approval. But she was like, nah, I was with them. I was like, okay, girl, I ain't gonna fight you. I'm just saying, I'm never wrong. So in the end, when we tried to switch over to my preferred lender, they were the ones to tell us what was the issue with the taxes. And then we were able to, get that situated. Can you, hold on. Let me tell my boo-boo. Oh, you asked me the same question several times, Donna. Okay. No. If you can show first, I'm going to answer you, Donna, but I'm going to go back and answer some other questions. The cryptocurrency question. No, so long as you can show the paper trail. Right. I had a buyer earlier this year that purchased, and their down payment and closing costs came from their money that they made with their crypto. Can I talk about the steps to getting your house built? What are the key steps? Step number 1, getting a lender. Right. Now, for me, my preference is that my clients, once they get pre-approved, right, I like for them to do the home and loan package, meaning that the builder carries the cost of the loan while the home is being built, not my buyer. Okay. So typically we'll pick out a builder, the preferred builder. We pick out a lot, and then we're going to contract with the builder. When we're going to contract with the builder, don't you touch that air conditioner unit. If you're not paying that electricity bill, don't you touch it. Sorry, mom moment. You the only person who live here. You the person who work. You the person who pay bills. And I'm on live. Goodbye. I don't care. Better get you a fan like a Southern Belle. Anywho. Sorry. Parenting. So, no, it's not hot. It's like it's like 40 degrees outside because his ass be, no. Anywho, back to the story. So for me, then after you pick out the lot, you pick out the plan, we're under contract, right? When we're under contract, we always, this new construction we're talking about. We go ahead, we pick out all the bells and whistles and, everything that we want, we agree on. the setback of the home. We agree on the length of the driveway, all that good stuff, right? Get all that done up front. While the home is being built, the cost is being paid by the builder, right? Now, you can do a construction of perm loan where you're paying for it. You're paying your loan as it gets built. Oh, contra-marcia. We ain't doing that. So for me, I usually have my buyers get the home built, and the builder is putting all the expenses and building the house, and it's still a custom build. But then you buy it all at once after the house is built. Now, if you don't hear nothing else I've ever said in life, please hear this. Please hear this. If you are going to go to a builder, and you're going to go to one of these like premier builders or whatever, and the builder has an agent on site, I do not care if they are so sweet. That agent is so sweet. That's dripping honey. I do not care what kind of credits they offer you. I don't care if they're offering you $5,000 to $10,000 towards your closing costs. I don't care if they're like, oh, we're going to build everything you want and it's going to be no out-of-pocket expense. I don't care if they promise you heaven, earth, and everything in the in between. Get your own realtor. They do not work for you. Their job is to work for the builder. They have no interest in you whatsoever. Okay? They work for the builder. That's why they're sitting on the builder's site. Okay? Their job is to be the actor or actress and pretend like they are your best friend. They're going to offer you water, some champagne. Would you like a mint? We got cookies and everything else. They will make you feel like a damn superstar. But they are not your friend, and they are not working for you. Are we clear? See, your realtor, HUD homes are good homes. Your realtor is going to be like this. You know that famous real estate agent stands? Don't forget the fork. Don't forget the free ink pen. We're going to be like this. Because here's the first thing they're going to do. That's because you got that interest, that equity, girl. I ain't mad at you. Because, first of all, when you go and look at this model home, there's a reason why it's so beautiful. It has every damn bell, every damn whistle, right? It got the hardwood floors, it got the crown molding, it got the recessed lighting, it got blip, 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 whole bunch you don't need, right? But it's so pretty. The cost of that model home and the cost of what they got on that sign that says home starting at, that's not that model home. That's the base model. That model home is the creme de la creme. Don't go out there now. Y'all can go out there being sheep with these wolves if you want. That's all I got to say. So Cynthia, congratulations, first of all. But please do not make the mistake that a lot of sellers make. Please make sure you got somewhere to go. And if you're going into a rental, Please be prepared to be in a rental for a little while, unless you're building. And do understand, let's not dump a whole bunch of your money into a new house. Let's walk away with some profit. You say, yes, I'm running the show and the builder quits when I jump in it. You gotta ride them. You gotta ride them. Yep. You peer-proof first and find your own realtor. Yep. You learned in 2020. Yep. Say it louder. Houston, Texas in the building. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Sorry. Forgot to give her props. Okay. Right. An excellent plan is important. I'm not going to even address that. Just you can't sue her. And here's another little thing. You ain't heard it from me. But when y'all dealing with these builders, do understand how quickly the cost of building is rising. Do wonder, oh, Calvin, I have a whole YouTube just for you, baby. It's about 5 minutes. But I can answer your question, but there's a YouTube about 5 minutes that you can go click the link in my bio and save it, and that way you have it, and checklist and everything. But now, be wary of these builders who are stalling. You heard me. I said it with my chest. Be wary of these builders who are stalling. Because some, when they realize that they can make more money if you walk away, because it's the seller's market, right? They got 20,000 other buyers they can sell their house to for higher. Be wary when they're stalling. Pay attention. Your realtor pick up the signs. When you see that they hadn't cleared the property, all of a sudden you can't get your slab poured. Now there may be some delays, but there's a difference between a delay and a stall tactic. Now what you said something, you had a VA loan and they rushed you. Now they can. Well, the sun don't shine. I feel you. So Kevin, I'm going to answer your question, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Are any programs available for first-time home buyer to healthcare workers? Yes. Look into. I think healthcare workers fall into the good neighbor, but Google good neighbor. She was like, yes. So, happy Thanksgiving to you too, baby doll. So I'm going to answer Calvin's question. Is it Calvin or Kevin? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Kevin. Okay, Kevin. My brother's name is Kevin. So, you're welcome, my love. So, step number 1, look at your credit, right? Make sure your score is where it needs to be. When you're checking and looking at your credit, go to any lender's website and do a debt to income ratio calculator to make sure that that's on point. You want it to be 30% or below, but some lenders will take it 35 or 40%. Some even 45. It depends on the lender. You're welcome, sweetheart, anytime. The next step, once you... Oh, yeah, you know what? You got to treat people like you want to be treated, Gwen. The next step, Kevin, is you want to seek out a lender. Okay? Now, really, let's take back the lender part. If you're interested in down payment assistance, before you look for a lender, Google down payment assistance. I hope you're writing this down. Google down payment assistance in your state. All the different programs will populate there. Please, please, please read and determine what you're eligible for. So, not only are you reading to determine what you're eligible for, you're also reading to determine how you can use the money. let's go over that. Down payment assistance can be what we call second mortgages, whereas if you stay in a house over a certain period of time, it's forgivable. It could also be a grant. And it could also it can come from nonprofits as well. Now, you want to understand how you can use the money. Here's what I mean. And this part escapes a lot of people. A lot of people. Some down payment assistance programs, all of the money does not have to go towards your down payment. There are some out there that exist that portion of the money can go towards your closing costs. I'm going to say it again. Some programs that are down payment assistance programs are also closing cost assistance programs. Did you hear me? Did you listen? Did you comprehend? Okay? Because a lot of people are missing out on things that are beneficial. Okay? Now, once you determine which program is best suited for you, then yes, some programs it does take into consideration how much you make. So some programs, okay, when you're reading it, you're going to see it's going to have like a little hyperlink that's going to say lenders. Then you click on that and you select your lenders from there, because those are lenders that actually participate with the program. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get with a lender who doesn't participate with any programs, right? This is to help you, right? So make sure that you read with understanding and that you comprehend, because it's only going to help you in the end, right? Now, when you're looking for a lender, you're going to check with 3 different lenders. Uno, dos, tres. That's all Spanish I know. Got it? 3. You're going to do a price comparison. You're going to see who offers you the best rate, what kind of, how prompt they are with their service. You're going to want to know, if there's any lender credits. You want to know what loan types they service. You want to ask them those questions because you want to get the most bang for your buck. We shop around for cars. Why would we not shop around for lenders for our loan? Right? You want to make a sound decision. Boom. So now we're at pre-approval. Okay? You got your pre-approval. It's time to put in the offer. You found the home of your dreams with your amazing realtor who cares about you and not about the dollar. Okay? All right. So, now I'm going to tell you something most lenders don't like, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to get them. So now you're going to put in an offer. You need to have your escrow deposit, which is your good faith deposit. Okay? You need to have the down payment squared away. You need to have your survey squared away if it's not going to be covered by the seller when you're doing your negotiations. You need to have money for a home warranty. You need to have that squared away, right? So you want to take these things into consideration. Ask your realtor. They should know the pulse of the market and what these fees should be like, right? So you can be prepared. Then you're going to have your appraisal fees, okay? And your closing costs. And here's the other thing that you need to negotiate up front as well. Rebates. Talk to your real estate agent about a rebate. Again, you ain't heard that from me. Moving on. So, boom. Offer in. You just get your inspections. You get your survey. Got your home warranty. You might have to. Good question. I'll talk about that. So you can, it's going to depend on your warranty company, Cynthia. So, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Right? Now you're getting ready to close. Go to closing. You get your keys. We cry. We hug. I give you a great gift. You tell me I'm wonderful. Usually my clients give me a gift back because I actually am freaking amazing. But anywho, and that's that. So, how do you shop around with a lender without reducing your credit score? I would suggest that you should look for no more than 3 lenders I'm in Florida, within a 14-day window. Kind of like when you're buying a car, right? It's going to be one loan type. So since they're pulling under that same loan type, now it might be longer than 14 days. I just don't chance it. I'm a coward when it comes down to that, when they're playing with the credit. I ain't gonna lie. So when they come out, they're only pulling under one credit type, so it'll be like one hit. Okay? Now, it'll be multiple inquiries, but it'll be one hit. So when you pull your credit report, you're going to see, the 3 different companies' name. Do you have to be a first-time home buyer? No, you could be a second or third or fourth-time home buyer. Yes, and yes, Cynthia. You're welcome. So, Kevin, I hope I answered your question. If you're needing more information, follow my YouTube. Also, y'all better go out there and look at these YouTube videos. Now, I've been putting these little 5-minute videos out there. Y'all better go out there and look at them. Oh, we going to go on punishment for the new year. Y'all ain't going to see me no more. Y'all going to see me once a month. Don't make me be stingy with me. Are you in Arizona? What part of Arizona? Right. You better ask some questions before you give out your social security number. That's something your mama and your daddy should have taught you. I shouldn't have to say that. Yes, you can click Temple. How far is Temple from Phoenix? Because I'll be in Phoenix in January. That's why I'm asking. What? My son needs to interrupt my line. I was about to get off. That means you had the water too hot, son. Oh, you're in the Phoenix area? Okay, I'll be there January 8th. My YouTube channel is my name. You gotta take it. Well, go take your pills, clown. All right, y'all. It's little in the middle part of Phoenix. Oh, but well then. Hey, guess who'll be there? Thank you for the information. Do you think that it's more 2%? I don't. You know what? I don't know. Cause lately my people been getting like 3%. I don't know. See what you negotiate. Negotiate. At the end of the day, they're making money off of you. Throw your weight around. See what happens. Nothing beats a failure but a try. I'll be honest with you. Nothing beats a failure but a try. All right, good people. It's the night before Thanksgiving. I haven't cooked a damn thing, so I gotta go. All right? Peace, love, and hair grease. I'm sure me and my family will pop up with some foolery tomorrow, which will be extremely comical because that's what we do. My sister been wanting to do. How do you negotiate the rate? Same way you negotiate your salary. You tell them what all you bring to the table, i.e. your money for 30 years. All right, y'all. So, okay. I'm out. How can we get together before then? I'm putting a home on the market December 11th. Girl, call me. The link is in my bio. Call me. When's the best time? I keep telling y'all I'm going. Y'all keep asking questions. Y'all some selfish individuals. What you say, Donna? What's the best time to build with the market being the seller's market? Now is the best time. You're not going to get interest rate like this again, poo. The longer you wait, the higher the numbers going up. Just a few months ago, it was like, not even a few months ago, like about a month and a half ago, we were like in the 2s, and now we're in the 3s. So you might want to get your skedaddling poo-poo and lock yourself into a contract. All right? All right. Peace, love, and hair grease. Go get y'all some turkey. Fall asleep on the sofa. Don't complain to your husbands about watching football. And guess what? I'm thankful for y'all. What you mean, what number? The link is in my bio, my number everywhere. I'm the most accessible person probably in the United States at this particular point. It's 850-212-6097. Schedule an appointment. Stop making it difficult. All right. I am thankful for y'all. Eat good. Be kind to the cook. And good night. The boy is back again. Obviously, he wants some attention. I gotta go be a mom. Bye, y'all. I'm in Florida.